welcome back to another reading. And if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Astra. I'm a tarot reader and I do tarot readings here on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the members Q&A. If you guys don't know, I do the membership Q&A every single month where my members get to ask me questions about their favorites or any other questions that they'd like, and I include them here in the members Q&A. So if you are interested in also asking questions about your favorite, or you have any questions about something certain, I will have the link of the membership down in the description below if you're interested in joining. But other than that, let's get started into the Q&A with the first question. Okay, so the first question is an update on Jisoo. He went and took pictures with her at the Blackpink concert. How did they both feel seeing each other again, and did things improve after? Okay, so let's take a look on Jisoo and Jung hae. Did things improve after Jisoo and Jung hae met? And how did they feel seeing each other? How did Jisoo and Jung hae feel after seeing each other again? How did they feel, and did things improve after? Okay. Alright, so I just want to mention it's so interesting because I think I did a reading on them 3 or 2 months ago, and things were not looking very good between the two of them, okay? But I do remember getting the Wheel of Fortune at the end of the reading, and I was like, things might change for them, like nothing is impossible, but definitely things were a bit rough for them when I checked last time. And I do see that definitely there is some improvement here. With the Ace of Wands, I do feel like that there is definitely some passion that has awakened again. I feel like they definitely felt really happy after they met. It was like getting all the memories, feeling the nostalgia, everything came back, like all the feelings, all the emotions, and maybe him going to support her or going to see her was something that brought a lot of memories, or maybe he did it before, and so it was like, wow, we're back at here again, and you know, I'm here to support her and I'm here to see her. And so it definitely felt very nice, and it's like all the emotions, all the passion like came back for both of them, okay? And definitely before meeting they felt pretty hesitant about each other. You know, they still, you know, they weren't enemies or anything. They still had like this thing in the name of friendship, and they would support each other message wise and everything, but there was still like that hesitancy, there was still that mystery of what they both felt for each other, and what they both were feeling, because both of them were feeling things, both of them were feeling hurt, both of them were feeling backstabbed in their own ways, and so they weren't very open about that. So things were unbalanced, but not outside. Like on the outside they were like, they would be like, oh, we're friends, we were supporting each other, you know, and there was like some sort of messages, but they were like very surface level messages, like congratulating or supporting or anything like that. But now I do see that things are sort of improving. I feel like there's a bit more contact happening, and you know, there is a chance for them to open up more. And definitely there is a wish for that, you know, especially one of them like really wishes that, okay, I hope now things move forward between us, like actually right now, okay? So I am seeing some improvement, but honestly it's not very, very drastic. Like I feel like they're taking things slowly, they're taking baby steps, but definitely things are moving forward almost, okay? And I feel like especially after they saw each other, there was like this feeling that, okay, where do we go from here? Because there was something that they felt in the air, and they knew that something maybe is going to come out of this. And so I feel like they are moving forward, things are improving, but it's slow and steady, okay? So yeah, it's interesting to see how things turned out after that Wheel of Fortune card, okay? So let's get into the next question. What does Jisoo's best friend Soojin think about Jung hae? Do they talk about him at all? Okay, so let's take a look. What does Jisoo's best friend Soojin think about Jung hae, and do they talk about him at all? What does Soojin think about Jung hae? Okay. So it's interesting here because I'm picking up some certain emotions that I felt for Jisoo in the last reading. So definitely right off the bat, they definitely talked about Jung hae, and Jisoo has talked about things that she felt, you know, towards Jung hae to Soojin, because I'm seeing what Jisoo felt towards him reflected in these cards. And so definitely Soojin, in a way, she does feel Jisoo's emotions. She does understand Jisoo's point of view. So in a way, she does look at Jung hae from Jisoo's point of view. Okay. I feel like she doesn't look at Jung hae like in a bad light or anything, you know. I feel like she does feel that he does have good qualities, and I feel like when she heard about the time that they worked together and everything, you know, she was hopeful for them, and you know, she was thinking that if something happens between them, you know, that would be crazy and it would be pretty cool. And I feel like there was a time where she was rooting, like when Jisoo was, you know, hopeful, or when Jisoo was feeling the intensity, feeling the passion, Soojin was there rooting for her. Because I feel like Soojin is probably like this friend for Jisoo, where Jisoo gossips, and Soojin is like, oh my god, he did that? What are you saying? So I feel like they definitely do have like this gossip back and forth bond where, you know, they tell each other a lot of things, and you know, one of them is like the support system of the other. And so I feel like Soojin, she's there for Jisoo when she felt the passion for Jung hae, and she felt like things can work out, and at the same time she was there for the bad times. And so I feel like her point of view is that Jisoo needs to be careful, because she definitely does feel like Jisoo got hurt from Jung hae from something, which again reflects what I picked up in the last reading. And so she's not against Jung hae, but I feel like she tells Jisoo that, okay, be careful and be a little bit wary of what happens, because I feel like he cannot be very open when it comes to certain things. Like, she views Jung hae as someone that is not very open, and maybe, you know, he's not very clear to them. I feel like because maybe Jisoo's confused about him, and so Soojin is not really sure exactly what Jung hae is thinking too. So I feel like she doesn't have a bad opinion, but again, I feel like she feels that Jisoo should be careful. But if things work out for Jung hae and Jisoo, Soojin would be more than happy if Jisoo's happy. That's like the energy that I'm getting, okay? But also, like, she's a bit protective that, okay, be careful and do not let your whole guard up, but you know, hopefully everything turns out well for you, okay? Okay, next question is about Jisoo's love life, if any. Let's see. Is there anything going on in Jisoo's love life at the moment? Anything going on for Jisoo's love life at the moment? Okay. Okay. So when it comes to Jisoo, I feel like the last couple of months, you know, she has been in this energy that, okay, I want to focus on myself, I want to focus on my energy, I want to focus on my career, I want to focus on myself and working on me, and I have a lot of things going on, and I just want to be there for myself and focus on myself. And so I feel like her energy was all work, doing things in her work, and you know, doing her own things like the Empress. And so I feel like when it comes to love or relationship, she definitely has many people that are like offering their cup to her and like, Jisoo, I'm interested in you and I want you. But I feel like she wasn't really interested, or you know, taking any cup of anyone, okay? Like there's multiple people, there's multiple suitors, there's multiple interests. And I feel like there is one that stood out for her, but she felt pretty hanged up on, you know, the actions that she should take. And, you know, she doesn't want to get into anything when she's not fully sure, because I feel like she definitely got hurt from love, and you know, she was like, I want to risk things for now and not really get into that stuff again. Let me focus on my work. And I feel like she also was pretty busy at a certain point, and so she didn't even have the time. But I do feel like there is a sense that maybe I should seek that right now. I feel like there is a Knight of Wands that is coming forward to Jisoo right now, and his energy is more appealing than others, more exciting for Jisoo than others. Okay, there has been others these past couple of months, but there is this person that is more appealing to others. Things are not, you know, set in stone yet, like things are not confirmed, but I feel like she is considering that right now and seeing that possibility of this Knight of Wands. Okay, so definitely this person is standing up for her right now, and she's gonna see how things go from here. But yeah, definitely there has been multiple suitors and multiple people, but you know, she hasn't really gotten into that. You know, her career was her focus these past couple of months, okay? So yeah, let's get into the next question. Okay, next question is Luke and Antonia's current energy. Okay, so let's see. What is Luke and Antonia's current energy at the moment? How are things between Luke and Antonia right now? Okay, so when it comes to Luke and Antonia, I do feel like they're really trying to work on things, okay? They're really trying to work on things, be more closer, be there for each other more, and try to hear the other's point of view. Because I feel like when it comes to the two of them, and I mentioned this before, is they have a hard time, like, you know, giving a balanced give and take, okay? Like one of them has to be putting more, or one of them has to be wanting more, and then the other is not noticing of that. And so they are trying to balance that, they are trying to work on that, and you know, they're trying to be there for each other. But I feel like there is still like this energy of, you know, feeling a lot of swords and not really feeling that they can be fully open, okay? Like there is one of them that is like just like holding back. Like they are trying to be open, or they're trying to seem that, you know, they're fully good, and you know, they're working on that, because there's like this energy that, okay, if maybe on the outside that we can look good and we can be good together, then that's gonna be the reality, but it's not that in the inside, okay? So I feel like they're definitely trying to make it seem that, okay, we're good, because they're trying to make it that way. They're trying to get into that energy. And one of them, you know, in a sense, does want to be in a happy relationship. They both do. They both want to be happy. They want to feel comforted by someone. But one of them just feels like they cannot be themselves, okay? There's like this emotions that, okay, I'm going to be judged. There's, you know, a lot of eyes on me. So they were not comfortable of showing that side of the two of them at the beginning, okay? But they were like, okay, maybe if we show that, that is gonna be the reality, okay? But they're working on it, but I feel like things still, you know, not looking fully balanced right now, okay? They're definitely working on it, and there's maybe a chance for reset for the two of them, but I still feel like there's like certain energies of like both of them having certain opinions and wanting certain things. They're trying to balance it out, they're trying to talk it out, but I feel like one of them is feeling that they cannot, you know, maybe say their opinion clearly, because it's not going to be heard, okay? All right, so next question also is about Luke and Antonia, and it's about how the next 6 months gonna be for them. What's the energy of the next 6 months for Luke and Antonia, if anything will move for them. So let's see. Now that we check their current energy, will anything change for Luke and Antonia in the next 6 months? Will anything change for Luke and Antonia in the next 6 months? Okay, so I still see something going on in the next 6 months. Like, it's not going to be exactly stable. Like, there is going to be an on and off. Again, I'm seeing that there is going to be tryings of growth and working on it and trying to fix it, but at the same time, there is not a lot of truth being going on or true openness, or one of them feels like they can not trust the other or be fully open. Okay, I also see fights and disagreements, but at the same time them trying to change it. So I do feel like there is going to be a big cycle of change, especially with the Wheel of Fortune over here. Either things are going to change for the better, or things are going to change to another turn, maybe where they're gonna try to cut ties or something like that. Okay, so either like big endings or big realizations when it comes to this bond. Okay, they're gonna definitely have moments of reconnection and moments where, you know, there's gonna be attraction and, you know, fiery energy, but I feel like they're gonna have this at the same time feelings of being guarding of their feelings, being guarding of what they're actually feeling, and not feeling that they can be open, and at the same time clashing energies when things are not working out. Okay, so unless they are open to each other and addressed maybe trust or control issues, their relationship is going to be like on and off pattern. Okay, and this is exactly like what I'm seeing in my cards, like trying to grow but at the same time not being fully open and clashing going on. So I feel like at the end of the 6 months, something big is gonna happen. Either they're gonna be on the same point and fix things, or it's gonna be a major turning point on, okay, I need to change something. Either, you know, we separate ways, or we decide to actually work on it the right way, because the things that we have been trying so far haven't been working. Okay, so yeah, I feel like there is gonna be a big decision reached at the next 6 months, but I'm not seeing something stable. Like, I feel like there's a lot of on and off energy going on over here. Okay, next question is for Nicola and Jake's current energy. Okay, so let's see, what is Nicola and Jake's current energy? What is Nicola and Jake's current energy? What is Nicola and Jake's current energy? Interesting. I'm just gonna get a few cards to clarify. How are things between Nicola and Jake right now? How are things between Nicola and Jake at the moment? Okay. How are things between Nicola and Jake? Two more, please, or one more. Okay. So when it comes to Nicola and Jake, I do feel like there's a lot of aspects where, you know, they would be there for each other. Okay, I feel like there's like a lot of supportive energy when it comes to maybe their projects or their careers or all of that. I feel like there's a big supportive energy, and I feel like they are there for each other when it comes to being each other's support system and being there for each other. I feel like that is really one thing about their bond that is going very well, okay? And I feel like there is attraction, there is feelings, there is emotions there, but I feel like there is some points that are not really hitting there, okay? As the oracles are saying, and I'm also seeing in my cards, that there is some things that get in the way when it comes to their bond, okay? I feel like there is things that one of them has, the other wants to change, and they don't know how they are going to be able to live with that person having those habits. Or it can be ego, or it can be a certain trait or a habit that one person has that the other wants to change, because they do see potential in this bond. They do want this bond to stay there for years and keep going, but there's something that they want to change about the other person, but they feel like they can't because it's not changing. I feel like it is like a topic that they both keep on discussing, and nothing is improving in this topic, okay? But one of them really is working on this relationship, and they do want this bond to grow, and they do want this bond to stay long term, but they just feel like there is something that is standing in the way, and they don't know how to change that. They don't know how to improve it, because this is something big that it is the same thing that keeps on repeating or causes problems or causes disagreements, and they just don't know how to change that, okay? And I feel like at one point it was something that affected their bond, and it was like a very big deal, but then they just fix things and put it under the rug and just moved forward. But I feel like that thing is not fixed, okay? So I feel like instead of fixing the problem, they just put it aside and just go forward. But it is still something that is affecting their bond right now. So there is care, there is definitely care there, and they want the bond to continue, but there's something that needs to be fixed, which hasn't been fixed so far, okay? It's like I feel like it's the same problem. Like, I'm hearing in my head, it's the same problem over and over again, and this is the only thing that makes us have problems. It's this, and it's not getting fixed. So how do I fix it? I don't know, okay? Because one of them is not letting go of that habit. Okay, next question is Luke and Rory's current energy. Okay, so let's see. What is Luke and Rory's current energy? Okay, let's see. What is Luke and Rory's current energy? All right. So when it comes to their bond, I'm not sure if they're friends or who exactly Rory is, but I do see when it comes to their bond, I do see there is a lot of support, and I feel like this support has been going on for years. I feel like this bond, whatever it is something that has been going on for years, and definitely there is a lot of nostalgia, there is a lot of memories between Luke and Rory, and I feel like they both have been there for each other in a lot of moments, and there is like this giving back and support when it comes to their bond, okay? And I feel like there definitely has been something going on that sort of they have been wanting to balance out, wanting to start a new beginning with. I feel like one of them maybe has been acting a certain way, and one of them has been holding on to a certain opinion, and so that has made things a bit burdening between the two of them, and maybe made things a bit quiet or not very much contact as they used to be at one point, okay? And so because one of them has been maybe set on a certain opinion or a certain thing that they're doing, and the other one did not like that, I feel like that sort of made things a little bit unbalanced between the two of them, okay? There is definitely the sense that we want this bond to keep going, and this bond hasn't ended, but there is some sort of off energy there that they do want fixed, okay? It's not like the bond that they have ended or anything like that, but there is some sort of energy there that they want to fix for things to be fully okay again, okay? There is still contact there, but it's not fully the same way as before, but they still want to fix that, okay? they still want to keep like this bond thriving, okay? But they're going through a bit of a tougher time right now, okay? All right, but they still want to keep their bond evolving, okay? All right, next question is about Afra and Merit. Is there a chance for Afra and Merit to communicate with each other or try to fix things between the two of them, okay? So just to let you guys know, I do plan on doing a full update reading on them sometime, but for now I'm gonna just do these questions, and then I do plan on doing a reading for them sometime, okay? So let's see, is there any chance for Afra and Merit to communicate with each other or try to fix things between the two of them? Alright, you guys, so currently based on the current energy changes all the time, okay? But based on the current energy, I do see that they both just want to stay in their own spaces, okay? There's like this sense that I don't want to talk to him, I don't want to see him. They want to stay in their own places, and they're sort of blocking each other out right now. Like, they don't want to talk with each other, they don't want to, communicate. That's what they're trying to be, that's what they're trying to show, but on the inside there's a lot they want to say, there's a lot they want to communicate to each other, okay? One of them does really hope that things can be balanced, but it's almost like the sense that I'm tired of waiting, and so because they're tired of waiting, they start to go to other paths or to other ways or to other people. Okay, deep inside though, there is this sense that I want to communicate, I want to talk, I want to get out what's inside of me, because there's a lot of judgment, there's a lot of feelings of being upset that are inside of both of them, and they just want to talk it out, and just, even if it's gonna make them fight or it's gonna make them clash, there's a sense that I want to speak what's inside of me. Like, I'm tired of holding it in, but they both are sort of holding back. They don't want to talk, they don't want to discuss things because they want to show that they don't care. But I do see that deep inside there is a sense that I care, because I do feel like they both are seeing what's going on in each other's lives. I do see that Afra does see what's going on in Merit's life, and I do see that Merit does see what's going on in Afra's life. So they both are seeing what's happening in the other's lives, maybe on social media, or they're seeing each other's pages. But yeah, there's like a sense of stalking there, okay? So is there a chance for them to fix things anytime soon? No, I honestly don't see that, okay? Can there be communication? I do feel like there is a small chance of communication. Not anytime soon, but I do feel like maybe there can be a chance for them to say what they're both feeling, or even if it's like gonna be something bad, they both maybe are gonna talk and say, you did this, you did that, I'm not happy that you went to that path, I'm not happy that you did this, okay? So I do feel like maybe there is gonna be a chance of communication, but right now they both are stressing and thinking about things and having a lot of worries, because the way things are between them, it's not making them sleep at night sometimes, like because they feel like this heavy feeling that something is not right, and I want to fix it, but I don't know how. And I just want to mention that I feel like whatever happened between the two of them, it's one of the biggest things that happened, if not the biggest thing, because I feel like when it comes to their bond, they had a lot of on and offs. Maybe they would break up and then they would get back together and they would fix things, but I feel like this time it's very much worse than the other times, and so it feels impossible for them. Like, they feel like, okay, it's impossible to come back. So yeah, that's why like there is like this tension that, okay, maybe our bond is over, but at the same time they do want to hear what the other has to say, but none of them is like taking the first step, okay? So currently I don't see there's a chance for them to fix things, but there maybe can be communication at one point, but not right now. All right, so next question is would love to know what's going on with Afra and Merit, if there's anything new showing closeness at all, and if this new girl he was seeing is sticking around. Okay, so let's see. I already checked for Afra and Merit, but let's see currently. And also apparently there is a girl that Merit has been seen with, and if he is going to be sticking around with that girl. Okay, so let's see. Okay, you guys, so when it comes to Afra Merit currently, like I mentioned, definitely things are not good between them at the moment. There is definitely tension and distance right now between the two of them. I feel like there is like this quietness, like none of them is saying anything, but they're both feeling things and feeling upset from each other, but none of them is like really speaking up and contacting the other and saying that you did this and I did not like that. Okay, so I feel like things have been quiet for them for a bit. Okay, and they both feel like a sense of feeling emotional and betrayed from the other. Like they both feel betrayed in their own ways. Okay, but they're sort of isolating and just making distance between the other. Okay, but I feel like they both are sort of pushing forward and wanting to move in their own life. Like I feel like Afra is wanting to focus on her career and on her own life and on her own success, and Merit is also wanting to do the own thing. Okay, like I feel like they both in a way do want to show that, okay, I'm moving on from you. Okay, I can live my life without you. Like I feel like they both do want to show that. Okay, but like I said, some communication can happen at some point, but it's not anytime soon. Okay, so right now things seem quiet between the two of them. All right, and I feel like if communication happen, it's not gonna be like, okay, I want to fix things with you. It's gonna be to discuss things, to say what they both are feeling, what they're feeling bad about, and it can be also maybe one of them wanting to test the waters and see, okay, how is she feeling right now, or how is he feeling? I want to see what his point of view is of all of this. Okay, it's like testing the waters, but like not gonna be a communication for reconciliation. Okay, and about the other girl, I do see that this connection seems for fun, that I want to have with fun, or I want to show that I'm moving on with someone else. Okay, so I feel like this connection for now doesn't seem like something serious. It seems like something for fun, something that I want to show that I can be happy, that I can be with someone else. Okay, it feels like more like a temptation, or maybe showing, or like a drama, or more than like a stable relationship, like showing that, okay, I'm in this bond, or I have someone else in my life. You know, it's like almost like trying to show off. Okay, but I don't see that it's like a stable relationship that is happening right now. Okay, and in fact, I do feel like maybe in the future there can be other girls involved, or other people, or maybe Merit has, or maybe there has been other girls in the picture, because with the Three of Cups I'm seeing like multiple girls in the picture here. So maybe in the future or currently, I do like see like this is not something stable. Okay, there is multiple people in the picture, or maybe there has been multiple options other than this girl over here. Okay, so right now, like, I'm honestly not seeing that it seems like something strong or stable, or like the girl that is in the picture is long term over here. Okay, it's like a situation that can fade or break, or you know, but like I said, I feel like they both are trying to show, maybe in their own ways, that I'm moving on. Okay, and maybe that is like a way to show it. All right, next question is, does have Manisha anybody in her life whom she is consider getting into a relationship with? Okay, so let's see. Does Manisha have anyone in her life that she is considering getting into a relationship with? Does Manisha have anyone in her life that she is considering getting into a relationship with? Okay. so the answer right away is yes. Definitely Manisha is considering her options, okay? Definitely Manisha, you guys, she really believes in marriage. She believes in having a family. I feel like she has been wanting that, and she does want to find her man that she's gonna end up with and, stay with forever. And so definitely it's something that she wants in life. And, she really wants to have someone that she can say, okay, this is my person, this is the person that I'm gonna marry. And so I feel like definitely she has been considering her options. There is people that she is considering, and she has been talking with certain people. But yeah, like she is looking for something serious, but nothing has been set in stone yet, okay? Because I do feel like she has been going back with work. Maybe there is a certain project that she's working on right now. And so she wants her career to also thrive. She wants to do well in her career, but at the same time, she does also want to have that romantic life aspects, okay? And so I feel like there has been, certain people that have been wanting Manisha, certain people that she has been talking with, but none of them has yet reached the conclusion that, okay, this is the person that I'm gonna be with fully, okay? Because I'm seeing that Manisha feels drowned, okay? Because nothing is yet set in stone. No one is like right now the certain person that she wants, but she definitely has been considering, because she does want to grow. She wants to grow in life. She does think about marriage. She does want all of that, okay? But yes, to answer the question, yes, there is, she's considering, being in a relationship right now, okay, with. Question: have Abhishek and Manisha been offered any projects together? Have Abhishek and Manisha been offered any projects together? Have Abhishek and Manisha been offered any projects together? Have Abhishek and Manisha been offered any projects together? There has, but not one that stands up in the moment. There definitely has been a couple of months ago. I also remember picking up that there has been some projects that have been offered to both Abhishek and Manisha. And I feel like right now, if there is a project that is offered, I feel like they're really gonna think about it more than usual, because I feel like there is some sort of tension energy between Abhishek and Manisha. I remember the last time I checked for them, I got this certain energy, and right now I'm picking again. There is some off energy here between the two of them. There's definitely disappointment. There's definitely hurtfulness. Someone is really disappointed from the other, okay? So there's definitely something going on. And so I feel like if even there is a project that is offered right now, they're both gonna really think about it. It has to be something really good, because there is some off energy between the two of them right now. But has there been projects offered for them? Yes, definitely there has been, okay? But I feel like for now there isn't something they both are fully thinking about. All right, let me see the bottom of the deck. Yeah, it's gonna be definitely something that has to convince the two of them really well if they're gonna accept it. But right now there isn't something that is standing out, okay? But they definitely have been offered like multiple projects. Like I feel like a couple of months ago, I feel like especially after they met on social media again, I feel like definitely people started giving them project offers, definitely. All right, so last question over here is, does Manisha know about Kanika and Abhishek being together, and how does she feel about it? Okay, so let's see. Does Manisha know about Abhishek and Kanika being together, and how does she feel about it? beginning, she did have thoughts. I mean, I feel like she knew about Kanika for a really long time. And at the beginning, you know, maybe she thought that it wasn't something serious, or she thought that maybe she is just someone around Abhishek, okay? But I feel like definitely later she started, you know, realizing more. And when she started realizing more, she felt that she's left behind, because I don't feel like Abhishek fully opened up to Manisha about maybe Kanika being one of his options or being one of the people around him, okay? So I feel like there hasn't been an honest discussion about this whole thing, okay? And so I feel like when Manisha fully found out, you know, she felt like she was left behind. You know, she maybe that wasn't that important for her to tell, but she definitely saw Kanika multiple times. I feel like she knew about Kanika, but there is like the sense that either she didn't want to accept that. It was like it was like a bit obvious for her at certain times, but at the same time she was fully, at some times she was like, maybe no, maybe I'm thinking wrong. But I feel like she definitely now does have a realization, and there's a sense that, okay, I need to accept that fact, and she, I feel like, has accepted it. But yeah, I feel like she knows, but not like from a really long time, okay? Like, she knew about Kanika being around, but it wasn't very clear to her, or made clear to her, that Kanika was, you know, with Abhishek, okay? But yeah, that's the reading, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and if you guys liked it, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.